Hey Capricorn, welcome to your mid-May 2021 general reading. This is a little check-in to see what the energies are for the second half of May. And you may get a little, you may get a lot, but be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and midheaven. So I went ahead and pulled some cards for you, Capricorn. What we have is excitement, we have discovery, we have acquisition in the reverse, and then we have the Stars card in reverse, 10 of Cups, and 3 of Cups. So what I'm getting here is that some of you, for some of you, you may have lost a little bit of hope, which is causing you to seek a certain amount of excitement, whether it's you leaving the house, going out and meeting with people. There's just a lot of busy for busyness sake in order for you to feel like you're actually moving towards something. And it's like, it feels like you're trying to create what feels like traction by seeking that excitement, seeking something where it's like you kind of play devil's advocate and it's like, I want to be more responsible. I want all these things, but I'm not feeling super great about stuff. So I'm just going to seek pleasure, which is totally fine to some degree, because maybe you've been a little bit of all work and no play. I'm also looking at this 10 of Cups and this discovery card, as well as this excitement card. And what I'm getting here is that some of you may be looking to travel, or maybe called to travel at some point in time. Maybe you believe it's going to be good for you, but I feel like it's necessary for you not to just take a vacation for vacation's sake, but to actually have some sort of intention about where you go. Because I feel like part of it, you're going to want to bring a little bit of work with you, or work may come up while you're away. So making sure that you create some time where you're not just constantly moving. That way you can actually feel like you're getting some rest and enjoying yourself, and allowing yourself to, I want to say, kind of ground a bit. I know that's weird because you're an earth sign, but I just feel like there's something about changing the pace of how you move right now is what's going on. It's like, I feel a lot of like fast, like scattered energy, almost kind of like buzzing, like bees in my head. Maybe there's, avoid going any place that has a lot of shrill sounds or has a lot of crazy things going on, because I feel like you might get swept up in it. And it's almost like just having like a bad hangover after the fact. So be mindful of that. I feel like for some of you, make sure you're accounting for all of your things. That way you don't lose anything. I feel like some of you, if you've been really scattered, you've been doing a lot, making sure that you have some type of system to check in on everything, check in on your possessions if you're traveling, making sure you have a system so you don't leave anything behind, so nothing gets stolen or lost. There's just some things that are coming up from that. I also feel like if you're planning to go with someone or do something, or someone's trying to plan a trip with you, I feel like it may not work out. I feel like this is something where you're going to probably either have a smaller group of people or be going by yourself. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have this restlessness card and we have the Emperor. So it's like, I feel like certain people around you have this restless energy and you're kind of picking up on it, right? Because people usually look at you to kind of figure things out or to be able to bring some type of structure or form to it. But I feel like you're not wanting to do that for other people in this moment. It's more so you wanting to do this for yourself. And so, but there's something about the calling, there's something about you picking up on that energy that could end up putting you in this scattered energy and having you like lose something or lose an opportunity here. So like if you're spending a lot of time out and like not checking your email and stuff like that, like you may miss something that could be very important that you've got to take care of. That could actually be really wonderful for you. Maybe some of you are running away from actually taking care of that right now, because of whatever energy you're picking up from others. I also feel like for some of you, like it's like you're on the, like you're at like a beginning and an ending like simultaneously, and so it's hard to decide what it is that you need to pick up and keep moving along with, and what it is that you need to drop. It's like those lines feel kind of blurred right now, Capricorn, which is very interesting because usually it's very defined. It seems very definitive for you, but it's like I feel like there's something about finding security, being in between this, trying to figure out what's real and what's not, you know, what's here for you and what's, you know, what's real, what's not, you know, where perhaps your doubts lie versus the actual reality of the situation. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of in this space around you too, where it's just like they're kind of in this holding space of sorting through stuff. I feel like a lot of us are just sorting through things, because also with Gemini season, it's like has to do with that duality. And when we're in duality, there's a certain amount of discernment that's got to be engaged here. So we have the Four of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess reversed. So all right, so I'm also feeling here, it's like some of you are just really tired of being at home. There could also be certain things around family that's coming up, maybe trying to get away from family, maybe having some, and then for some of you, feeling some weird like separation anxiety about being away from them. And it's like you're being kind of, I feel like there's something that your family needs from you. Maybe there's certain things that you don't know what's going on right now. It's kind of being kept quiet. So if like you show up, be prepared for some of you to get caught up on a lot of different things that have been going on within your families. That could also be where some of that restlessness is coming from. It's like maybe it's time to take a trip to visit someone to you know, that you're related to or that you regard as family. It's like if you're getting that nudge and ignoring it, like do your best to try to schedule something sooner rather than later, so you can move on from that feeling. Because then we have the Lover's card in reverse, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. Okay, with the Temperance card at the bottom, which is Sagittarian energy. So it could have to do with someone who's a Sagittarius too, or someone who holds those types of qualities, someone who is still just trying to figure things out. So it may be someone younger or someone going through a transitional period, and you could be intuitively picking up on that, right? If you feel pulled towards someone or something for some reason, right? And I feel like there's been a certain amount of separation, and I feel like there needs to be a relationship that's built up here. Maybe for some of you, this is with a family member or someone who you feel a certain amount of kinship to. But I feel like you just don't know what the best way to communicate or to kind of have like, I feel like whoever it is may not be great at communicating, right? And so it's hard for you to know what to do. And it's not like you want to keep throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to figure it out. It's like, because that just creates a lot of, either you get carried away in it and end up investing and giving too much of your energy, or you just kind of lack refinement in like that discovery, like experimental, like brainstorming process. So it's like, allow yourself to not be so worried about what type of information you can acquire, but more so being a grounding presence in a space. It's not about you coming in to fix anything, but it's about you being present and grounded enough to kind of hold it down around someone, right? For yourself and possibly for them, because they're just trying to figure some things out. And sometimes when we're just in the aura of other people and different people, it can help us tremendously. So let's see what else we've got here. It's like just trying to notice a pattern without necessarily trying to figure out a solution or interpret it in any way, right? It's just kind of being able to go and respond to it in a natural manner. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor, they're both in the reverse, and we have the Four of Cups in reverse with the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like for you, there's a certain amount of like, you may be dealing with someone who you feel like doesn't appreciate your, like what you have to offer. Some of you may be feeling rather unappreciated by someone, because maybe part of the reason you stay away is you feel like there's a lot of like toxic, like manipulative energy, and that nothing ever makes someone happy. And so it's like, you're like, I really want to avoid this space because I don't want to be around people that are perpetually dissatisfied, right? And so it's like, you'd much rather just continue to run away from it and focus on building whatever it is that you've got, you've got going on, or you can kind of conjure up but I feel like there's something within you that knows that there's something to learn here, and it's trying to figure out what that is. And I think it's necessary for you to not go in and feel like it can be like a one and done thing. So it's like, don't try to rush it. And you just gotta be able to be like, to just have your eyes open and be like, okay, this keeps happening. I'm encountering this type of energy. There's really no way for me to separate from this right now. So like, what do I have to learn? Like getting curious about it. Like, what do I have to learn? It's like sometimes we hear the call and avoid it, right? Because like we just don't get how to navigate it, because it's something we just don't want to be in, because it makes us uncomfortable, because it wears us out, right? But it's like, that's when we're being told, okay, try to shift this, try to, be a little bit more adaptable, more responsive to what's happening right now, and not try to always take responsibility for things. Because sometimes people just need people, and not always in the same way. And so I feel like you're learning how to navigate being a Capricorn in ways that most people wouldn't recognize about Capricorns, right? They usually expect us to do something or to make something happen for them, which isn't always easy and isn't always something that we want to do, right? But it can also just be like us just showing up and being a role model and being that like grounded like person, like showing people what's possible by simply being ourselves. Without judging them either, because that can create a little bit of tension. And that's why a lot of people, I think in astrology, a lot of the things about Capricorns can be a little like stuck up and not so nice. Here we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like you've got to learn like new ways to invest in things, not like being like, well, I've done what I can, now I'm just going to wait and see. It's like, you've got to figure out new ways of working, ways that invite a certain amount of pleasure, and allow time for things to become better. Because that's the thing. It's like, I feel like sometimes we're so confident in our abilities that we're looking for a quick fix, right? And I feel like there's part of you that recognizes that. We have the 7 of Cups and we have 7 and 7 here, which is really funny. So we have 77, which to me is just coming up as like, this is kind of part of, it's almost like, it's part of like your mythic journey. And it may not seem like that, right? But it's like, I feel like going back and kind of looking at your story, it's like you're going back to like another chapter or time in your life, and you're being able to like rewrite it in some way in order for you to get back on track with something, and maybe learn something that really helps your growth. 4 of Wands helps you and your family, helps you and your loved ones, helps you on the home front, helps you feel like no matter where you move, like there you are, and it's good, and it's easy, and you don't have to worry about getting kind of knocked over. Like you can kind of rest and be still for a bit if you want to. You can allow yourself to enjoy the aspects of being an earth sign, of being grounded, of being embodied, right? Learning how to do that no matter what type of circumstances arise. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that was helpful. And like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in June. All right, bye.